Doggies are excited. All right. After my little survey, here are the results. Oh, hello, Crime Stoppers, 100 Monkey here. So every coin shop mentioned that I was the only person that's called all day about silver. Let's see. They all also mentioned here, this is Phoenix, it's just Phoenix, not your area. Every place said that they're selling about as much as they're buying. They're give and take. If they buy 100 ounces, they sell 100 ounces. One lady was very cagey, would not tell me how many ounces they do or anything, but she said that's not pretty much what we do here. All we do here is we're a coin shop, but we mostly just buy. And she said, no, people haven't been coming in droves to sell. And certainly they haven't been coming in. And again, the only person all day that called asking about silver. Okay, so the rush is not on. Again, the average person, the peasants, are not buying silver. The wealthy are. Multiple different places there, and one place, yeah, we're stocked. We got plenty. Yeah, that was his comment. Another guy, and it was interesting because there were some guys I couldn't get off the phone because you could tell they were bored, and there are other guys where it was like prying information out of them. And they were saying that, yeah, they got tens and fives. They got lots. Come down and see. We got plenty. I was on the phone. And some of these guys I called because I want to, and I actually want to see with my eyes too, is like, what do they, plenty for them might mean, 100 ounces as opposed to, having a few thousand ounces on hand. So as far as I can tell, again, this is just a very small sample size in Phoenix, not nationwide. Didn't call coin shops in other states or anything, but here they are flush with silver. Anything you want. They got there's one shop I was just asking him, do you have coin silver? And he's like, yep, we got dimes, anything you want, dimes, quarters, halves. And then he was talking about that we haven't hit the top yet because normally when things get hot, they can't keep that kind of stuff in stock, but that's not the case at all. People are coming in and selling and they're buying anyway. So it's a give and take, but overall nobody is short, and certainly they're not running out, and certainly they don't feel like there's any urgency. And when you talk to these guys, they have no idea where it's going in the future. They don't expect it to go high. In fact, from talking to a couple of the guys, they expect it to go up and come back down again. Okay, so that's my report about silver. I don't see a huge rush to get silver by the common folk yet. When that happens, we'll know. And all of them said, well, actually not all of them, but several of them said that this can change in a heartbeat. The ones that have been in business for a while, they're like, yeah, you call back next week and it could be different because they've seen it. But right now, there's no rush. There's not a lot of people selling, and there's not a lot of people buying. It's quote unquote normal, basically normal business, maybe a slightly heavier volume than normal, but not anything that noticeable. And everybody said, yes, we have plenty of silver. Come down and get it if you want some. And then I was asking, what are you selling at spot or, spot plus and etc. And so far, everybody is spot plus. So you're not buying silver at spot. And if you sell it to them, you're buying spot minus. So that's how they pay rent and keep their doors open. Fair is fair. But it won't be long before you can go to these coin shops and the story is going to be completely different, where you go there and they say, yep, we had silver, but now we don't. And so, like I said, there are other places on the internet where it makes it sound like they're running out of silver and they're out and, they don't have monster boxes and Perthman is out and so forth. But what I've seen so far from personal, just looking around, making some phone calls, is plenty of silver in the stores. But if you are a multimillionaire, you want to try and get you want to convert, like, say, a Bitcoin into silver, so now it's several thousand ounces. Yeah. Several of them asked me, so how much you're looking to get? And I was like, oh, I'm not, because I got most of my silver under 10. So I'm not really interested in buying, but I was just, if I was, what would it be? And then they were giving me some prices. And everybody said that large amounts of silver, or currently, if you wanted to get large amounts of silver, they could get large amounts. They were confident that they could get large amounts of silver, but there was no coin shop that I called uh, or called upon that had any uh, inkling that there was going to be some kind of shock coming or that silver was going to go through the roof. And these are guys that deal in silver on a daily basis, right? These are guys that have shops. So the internet is one thing. And like I said, get out of your house, get off the couch, and go take a look. And you might find that things are not quite what they make them out to be. If that changes, we'll find out soon. But what do you call? I'll be maybe in a week or two. Well, we'll see what the news is. Like if it goes through 50 and it goes through the moon, uh, like people are thinking it's going to, call back next week. And as every one of them said, things could be different in a week. We'll see. But right now, if you were to mosey on into pretty much any coin shop in the greater Phoenix area, they'd be able to sell you silver. All right. 100th monkey out. That's my homework. I did my homework. Talk to you guys soon. E pluribus unum. Take it easy, crime stuffers.